call me cowboy, how I make these bitches envy me. I ain't Roddy Rich, I keep that stick right on my hip. Cause shit, you know I drip these bitches wearing counterfeit. All these niggas full of shit, they change me faker than a bitch. I ain't flexing, I ain't stressing, baby, look at how I live. Yeah, I get the smoke for whoever want get it. Shooting big bitches like Tory and Megan. I stick on my chest if I said it, I meant it. If
Kicking it with Kachi, coming back at you once again. 19th episode. You know, we gotta come back with energy. You know what I'm saying? Happy Easter to all those celebrating Easter. Spring break for all those who have spring break. I know if you got kids right now, you have spring break. Thankful that you guys had a nice reprieve from going to school and everything. But we back. We back. We back and better than ever because of the fact that, you know, there's more people to highlight, there's more entrepreneurs to look at, more moguls in the making to introduce to the public. And I feel like what you guys just heard is the newest track from the person that we're going to get on today, Miss NuNu Jones, right? That is her Let's Get It New mix. And honestly, like I said, it's energy, right? We're going to come back with energy, right? Because we're getting into, I've been saying it a lot, we've been getting into the 20th episode. I don't know why 20 is such a big number to me, but it is, you know what I'm saying? I feel like 20 just signifies a big milestone, right? So being at 19, being so close to that 20th episode, right? I definitely wanted to just come back from a hiatus with a lot of energy, and definitely someone that I feel like really embodies a lot of the conversations that are happening within the hip hop music industry, especially with female music artists, particularly. So that will be great to really just, you know, kick it with a real one, right? So coming in at 7, we're gonna get her on here and really gonna kick it with you guys, right? And honestly, as you guys will see, looking at this person, as you guys will start introducing this person, has a lot of stage presence, a lot of charisma, and if you see her presence, only goes about 4'11", 5'1", I think it's about 5'2", actually. So a lot of energy in a really small package, right? So it's just about her persona, her attitude, right? Her metabolism in striving towards the craft. And I saw that really wanted to highlight and really like push towards you know, more open platforms. So and you know what I'm saying, as you know me, I love to hand it to the women, right? Because I'm really trying to think, like, they love to say, like, this whole male-dominated industry, as we'll get into the interview later, this whole male-dominated industry, but as we're getting more and more into the game, we're seeing a lot more and more women really spit harder than a lot of these dudes out here, right? And obviously not to say, like, you know, being better than a male is kind of an achievement itself. You kind of, you know, they're just good, point-blank period, right? They're just good rappers, right? And to see so many good rappers that are also women, or identify as women, be highlighted, right, is important. It's very important to me. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So we definitely got our person in here today. Wave. Make sure. Let's see if I can get her in here. Hello.
What's up? I was just trying to share the live.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Gosh, I haven't seen you in forever.
And, you know, forever becomes a very short amount of time when I see people doing what they got to do, and now we here, obviously.
Right.
So as people are coming to the live, I just want to, you know, before, you know, we get into the interview, how you doing? How's your Sunday going?
You know, it's a lazy Sunday. I don't do nothing. I lay in bed all day. This is my
As you should.
So
As you
how's
should.
your Sunday going?
You know, I had there's a little barbecue that's going on my friends are throwing, so I'm probably gonna head to that later, you know, chill, walk my dog, obviously drink my coffee, you know, get into the regular Sunday reset for the week type vibes, you know. But as people are coming into the live, I definitely want to introduce and welcome you guys to another episode of Kicking It with Kachi, powered by the DC Voice, where we highlight entrepreneurs, moguls, visionaries, everybody of color that honestly are doing amazing things in the industry. And tonight, we have the opportunity, the blessing, and the humble distinction to sit with and kick it with Miss NuNu Jones. Miss NuNu Jones, everybody. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my God,
I
stop.
need to have like a applause thing too. I need to get a soundboard. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a
You,
soundboard.
oh my God, that would have been so funny.
Exactly.
No, that would have been so funny.
So I need to get the origin story essentially, right? I need to get the origin story with, right?
Hey, quick.
Who,
Sorry. Say hi to
who, right? NuNu Jones was before NuNu Jones. Because I know you also were um undeniable
Yes.
before this as well. So I need to get as well like a little bit into that story as well. Like, what's the journey to how we got to like NuNu Jones today?
Okay, so I mean, as you know, a lot of people from Howard originally know me as Undeniable UDN. So I feel like the switch came when I felt like I matured as an artist and I developed more. And I felt like I just needed to do something that was more marketable because Undeniable, it had my real name spelled in it, which is Unaya. And I feel like that was very hard for people to look up, to find, because my name is not a regular name, it's not an average
Yeah,
name.
exactly. Yeah.
You understand, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
So I was like, okay, something that would be more marketable would be NuNu Jones. And I got NuNu Jones actually from my father because
Okay.
growing up was NuNu by him. He passed away when I was younger. Rest in peace to him. He always called me NuNu and his last name is Jones. So I just put the two together and he was heavily in the music industry when I was a child.
So was that sort of like how you essentially got onto performing and writing your own music and developing music, having that background as well? Or was that just something you just sort of found while you were in college and then just stumbled upon it?
It's actually crazy because I've been in music since like a child. Since my mom was a stylist. Sorry, that's my dog's food thing going off right now.
Oh yeah, I know how it goes. Yes, of
Right.
course.
Yeah, she's eating. Sorry, ADHD. My mother was a stylist for a lot of artists. She was a stylist for Nelly, for I think Kim, Lil Kim, and a couple other people I can't remember, Foxy Brown. And she was already heavily influenced by hip hop. She grew up in the 70s when hip hop originated.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up in a household that was just always music oriented. I played instruments. I was in the church choir as a kid. I sang in the chorus at elementary school. Like music has just always been in my life, and I also did poetry. So
Okay,
I
okay.
mixing the two. In middle school, I would say my best friend, his name is Elijah. We've been best friends since like second grade. He told me one day, he was like, "You should start rapping because your poetry is really good, and you're already like into music. Why don't you just mix the two together?" And he's
Hmm.
actually came up with the name Undeniable, and that's
Okay.
from middle school. So shout out to him.
So essentially, I was gonna ask this as well. Like, was it you like singing first? Because you also, in addition to you rapping, you do have a lot of like singing songs where you carry a melody as well as like. So, was the singing also sort of a technical background, or was it also like just you was rapping first and then you developed and say, hey, I can also kind of sing as well?
I always wanted to be a singer. I always grew up like I'm gonna be the next Beyonce. Like my mom with this blonde wig on. I think it was like Lil Kim's wig. With this blonde wig on my head, walking around with my diaper and these big heels on my feet, talking about I'm gonna be the next Beyonce. I'm gonna be the next Beyonce. And that's my mom was like, well, you can't be Beyonce because there already is a Beyonce. And I was like, she told me, I don't really remember, but she tells me this story all the time. She was like, well, I responded, okay, well then I'm just gonna be me. And
Exactly.
that was just, and that's just like speaking as a child in an infant mind, just thinking that
Right.
way. It's like it was just in me, you know? So I always started off with the singing because I was in the choir. And then it transferred to rapping because of my best friend. Because he rapped, honestly. And he was like, you should rap.
So then I also see like a lot of people with, early artists, as you know, are big artists now like Fab, Lil Wayne, that come up with freestyles of other people's music that they put their spin to it as well, right? To gain some exposure. And then that's essentially how I found you as well with your Freestyle Friday situations that you was also, posting on the gram, getting a couple thousand views or whatever. So
A little
how
fun.
did how did that develop in itself? How did you sort of formulate the idea to say, hey, I'm going to freestyle? Because freestyling is also hard to put on a platform as well, where you're a new artist and people aren't intending to guaranteed on your skill level, so to speak. So that's essentially a time to prove yourself. So what was the idea of saying, hey, I'm going to take not only my skill set, but also the ability to, you know, rework a really already popular song and make it my own?
Right. Honestly, I kind of just did it. Like no, I'm not gonna say that. I saw this one girl when we was on campus, when we was back in school, like freshman year or whatever. She's from DC, Detronata. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her do a video of her like freestyling to something. I was like, yo, she just went so hard right now. You know what? I'm inspired. So you know what? I'm gonna freestyle on something.
You're your own, right?
So that's what made me do that first freestyle in the hallway. And what building was that? Towers?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that made me do that. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Go.
And it just developed into this thing. So how was it in terms of like maintaining consistency of doing it? Like, okay, I just did one. Oh, that was pretty good. I gotta do another one, and then another one, and then another one.
It became hard after a while because I had to find beats that actually made me want to freestyle on it. Because sometimes as an artist you find a beat and you're like, nah, you can't think of anything. But then when it's a beat you really feel like in your soul, in your heart, in your spirit, you're like, you just start going.
Mm-hmm.
Type. I had to make sure I was finding a beat that was, one, popular, a lot of people knew, and two, that spoke to me before I could like freestyle over it or put something on Instagram to it.
Right. And I feel like with artistry, like there's two sides to it. There's a side of like there's your passion. So with me with writing and like doing this thing, it's like a whole thing of like I kind of just want to do whatever whenever I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? But then there's also the professional sense where you kind of have to, you know, deadlines and do shows and then do interviews and things like that nature, right? So, but you're really good at like marketing your music as well. Like you have, you know, thousands of views and thousands of followers on TikTok and thousands of views on Reels and Instagram and things of that nature. So how could you discuss like developing marketing your music and pushing out music essentially also while, you know, remaining, you know, making music when you're inspired and, you know, not having it being a chore as well? Because I feel like that's a lot of problem that a lot of new artists have as well. It's the marketing thing.
I like that you said the chore part because sometimes it does feel like a chore.
Right.
But practice makes perfect. And when you consistently are writing, even when I don't feel like writing, I still write just so I can keep my brain in the flow of writing things and in the flow. Mm-hmm. But me coming from a business background, I've been taking business classes since middle school. And then I even went originally in School of Business, transferred to SOC. And just me having that knowledge of marketing and how business works, that helped me. That helps how I carry myself in the music industry. Because I was like, okay, at the end of the day, this is still a business. I'm just a business now. And it's a person, my physical, my look, my voice, my everything. So I have to make sure I'm carrying myself in that way.
And recently you moved to Atlanta, right? And I'm seeing that Atlanta is now like the new music. It's becoming, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the fact they're not sleeping. They're wake with one eye open essentially at the fact that Atlanta is steadily becoming a very major hub for a lot of opportunities for a lot of young people. I see, right? So like for you, like in just this opportunity, like could you tell us essentially what sort of is drawing a lot of young artists like yourself to Atlanta to seek opportunities, right?
I feel like in Atlanta, there's opportunities everywhere. Like it's a bar and what city you're in, what motion you have going on. And out here, it's so easy because one, it's Black Hollywood. It's Black.
Right.
It's like going to HBCU. You just see Black people everywhere. Everyone supporting everyone. That type of thing. When you come from certain communities that you don't see your own people being successful, or you just don't have that same type of support. Here, people will support you without knowing you.
Right.
Just,
okay.
Black. Yep, your sister, your brother. Yeah, we're gonna support you. And I think that also comes with Southern hospitality. Being from New York,
it's kind of I
don't know about that. So up there, it's like, oh, you rap.
Right. So you want to okay, so you unemployed then. It's basically what they're hearing. Right.
On it. Down here, they're like, oh, you rap, let me hear something. You play it down here, watch your video, listen to your music, listen to your songs, add it, and be like, yo, I like it. Or if they don't, they just won't say anything. But like be silent. So nothing too
what has like Atlanta sort of done for your career post essentially launching it in, you know, in a collegiate space where you're kind of in a bubble, you're developing your brand, then going to New York and then moving out to this brand new city where nobody essentially knows you, so you can kind of make who you want to be, who you ever you want to be.
It's kind of the same as when you go away for college. You can
Hmm.
be whoever the fuck you want to be. Sorry if I'm not allowed to curse, but you can be whoever you want to be. You can, if you want to be this ghetto gangster girl, you can go be this ghetto gangster girl. But if you came from being that ghetto, you want to come here and act all sophisticated, you can be whoever you want to be. So coming to a new place, you can be, you can either pretend to be someone or be your genuine self without having
Right.
pre-notions and those preset ideas that people have about you. Because back at home or back at whatever school you went to, people already perceive you a certain way. You come somewhere new, now you are creating the narrative of who you are and how you want people to perceive you. So it's definitely, I would say, fun. And I like that I was able to come here and actually come here as NuNu Jones instead of like
Right.
Undeniable. I was able to come here as my artist, like who I am. You know what I mean?
Hmm. So in being who you are to be, right? And you go into Atlanta, you're doing a lot of shows, as I hope the people are watching, right? You're doing shows all over, right? So now that you're coming to this new space, what was sort of the experience in like doing live performances where, as you know, preconceived notions, they don't know who you are, they might already have, you know, biases against who you are, right?
Right.
Coming on stage and then essentially just like, you know, going like I see LeBron going to court, laid all on the court, essentially, and letting them know who the F you is.
Compare me to LeBron. That is crazy. But honestly, being the fact that I just already came from, I performed at school. That's already
Right.
just performing at the most prestigious college ever. I'm just gonna say that because Howard is the best. But from performing there, it was my nerves were a lot easier, but the crowds were way fuller here, like
Mhm.
packed, because people want to see who's the next upcoming artist, like who's
Right.
next, and that gave me. I was like, okay, that's where the marketing comes in. All right, if I'm gonna go on stage, I gotta make sure they're not going to want to take their eyes off the stage. So that
Mhm.
comes to my mother being my stylist. I'm like, Mom, pick out the craziest outfit that she's gonna be like, who that? When I step on stage. So I was like, okay, outfit first. I already know the bars are there, so I don't gotta worry about keeping their attention with what I'm saying, because I rap for real. It was just a matter of having them look at me when I'm walking on stage. So
Mhm.
it was a little nerve-wracking at first when I first walk in the building, but as soon as I got on stage, it's just like, I don't know, like a switch just turned off and turned on
Right.
in my zone, in the mode.
And you know, I saw this interview once with Megan Thee Stallion as well. Joe Budden asked her, he was like, you know, because she had a lot of success very, very fast as well. And I can feel as well, you know, when you get into like getting into new, not really new, but like new spaces, when you're moving your craft into new spaces and you're a little bit more professional, a little bit more mature, like you're seeing a lot more success early on, or a lot more gratification. And then he was like, how you sort of deal with it, right? And he was like, she was essentially saying, I mean, I just essentially been preparing for this my whole life, right? Like you said, like performing in the choir in church is not an easy task as well for a 9-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even uh trying out new fashion and going to school, right? Those are all little things that sort of prepared you for, you know, coming into, like you said, this new space and doing what you got to do, right? And I feel like, as I said earlier on into the live as well, like we kind of had this preconceived notion that rap is a male dominated industry, but I'm starting to see like it's not really male dominated, it's just heavily male represented. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's a lot more, as more time is going on, there's a lot more representation for female artistry, as there should be, right? So, but also in that representation, I feel like there's still a lot more pigeonholing that female artists have to be in, right? But on your end, right, you can get into, you know, your gangster side, you can get into the sensual side, you can get into the real smooth talking, you can get into the 16 bars, right? So, in breaking into like different lanes, what's sort of your advice in sort of navigating the game while also, as you know, like going through those social barriers of you know, they think I'm a woman, they don't think I can rap, essentially.
Right. One thing that I was told and that I just always followed my whole life, just be yourself at the end of the day. I know that there's certain things, oh, as a woman in the industry, sex sells. You have to do
Right,
this,
right,
talk this way. No. Be who you want to be. Be who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the decisions you make. You're the one who has to live with what impact your legacy leaves behind. And you don't want you to look back at that and be like, damn, but this isn't even what I wanted to do. Everyone made me do this, you know?
right.
So, Dakota. Dakota. Sorry. There must be a dog out there or something. But I just feel like being true to yourself and me being true to myself has been the best route for me to take, honestly. You about to go in your cage.
Oh, I know that one. That's the one that shut him up real quick.
I'm like, you about to go in your cage, girl, because you killing me right now. Sorry. But yeah, just staying true to yourself and being 100%. I like to be kind of, transparent with what I go. I don't like to try to hide that, like, maybe I'm struggling or I'm dealing with this, dealing with that. I like to be transparent about that. Show people who watch my stories. People who watch my stories know what's going on in my life because I'll be very... and then also even in my music as well. So it's just a matter of staying true. Let me get this fat ass dog. Come on.
Get her in the live. She's trying to get in the live.
You want to show? You want to see her?
Of course.
All right, come on, Dakota. She has a diaper on right now because she got her period.
Oh man, is it her first one?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hi, Cookie Butt. Okay, if you want to sit here, you can sit here. If you don't do too much. Okay, she's chilling right now. But yeah, I guess that's the answer to the question.
So, looking forward to this year, what can we sort of expect? I know you got a show coming up as well.
I do. I have 2 shows coming up, actually. I have one this week on Thursday with Donnie B and Friends, I believe, Music Hall at 9 p.m. It's in Atlanta, obviously. That one is with a whole bunch of independent artists and creatives. It's going to be a big showcase for that. It's like a huge stage. So that's the first one. But the one I'm super excited for is on May 7th. And I'm opening up for Enchanting, which is a really big opportunity.
Ah.
And I'm really excited about that. Kind of nervous, but I know, manifesting, I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to kill it and definitely open a lot of doors for me. I feel like by the end of this year, y'all won't see me. There's never going to be a corner where you turn where you're not going to see NuNu Jones. It's as simple as that. And that's me manifesting. I'm very spiritual. I believe in what you put out into the universe comes back to you and all that stuff. So I'm going to just keep saying it till it happens.
That's on period.
It's already there. It's done.
If you've seen my interviews, right? I liked at the end of the interviews, I love to do a lightning round so I can nitpick your medulla a little bit, your scalati a little bit. You feel me?
Okay, I'm ready. Go.
So, what's your favorite NuNu Jones song?
I have this unreleased one called
Ooh.
coming out this summer, taking over the summer. It's a bad bitch summer. Remember, I said that line too.
So are we gonna hear it, or is it just gonna be just something that you just gonna talk to us about?
Yeah, I'm gonna hear it real soon.
Okay. Because I love exclusives. I love the exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, you want to hear it right now? Nah. Y'all gonna wait. I'm gonna make y'all wait.
All right. I'm just gonna say when it drop, I'm gonna say, hey, Kickin and Kachi heard it first.
Yeah, right.
All right. So what's your favorite NuNu Jones freestyle?
My favorite. Okay, well, this is when I was still undeniable, but when I was in the hallway at Howard, pull up on the
Yeah.
artist, I went with any freestyle.
Okay. So in making a song, would you rather spit a 16 or sing a melody?
That's hard. I'm a Gemini, so I have I got all these personalities, so like
You got to consult with the team. Which one do we like?
Because of which one wants to come to the light. You ever seen That movie Split.
Oh yeah, right.
Depends on which one was to come to the light. But most of the time, I'm gonna spit a 16 just because if I'm really feeling it, I'm just gonna go. I'll rap the whole 2 minutes, not even knowing
Right. Right.
right.
And you know, you're really good at what you do, but you're the problem why they say all the New York girls sound like battle rappers. Cause that's what y'all do when y'all feel y'all emotions. Y'all spit a 16. Y'all spit a 16s. We love it though.
Up and we just gotta get that shit off our chest because like you know being from New York.
And that's what I'm saying. I ain't complaining. It'd be hard. It'd be hard.
We are very expressive, and it's like when someone fucked up, you gonna get on the track and let them know they got you fucked up. Be like, nah, nigga, you shame me. What the fuck are you talking about?
And I be right behind my baby girl, my ski mask. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So, who's your favorite artist to listen to?
I think because I'm in the South right now, it's Young Dolph. Just because
Yeah.
the heat, yeah, that nigga, cold.
Right.
All
right. So this is the last thing, right? We're gonna end it off on a real positive note. What are 3 lessons that you've learned on your journey thus far that you want to share with us?
3 lessons. 3 lessons that I learned. Number 1, sometimes you gotta be selfish because not everyone has your best interest at heart. So that's 1. Remain humble. Remain humble because I know I'll be thinking I'm Beyonce. I mean, I am Beyonce. Some people got more opportunities, more shit than I do. I can't sit here and come in like I run shit. Bitch,
right.
So be humble. And the 3rd one, stay true to myself, like I was saying earlier. Because I try to make you be who they want you to be. Like you have to be this because this is what's gonna sell. You have to talk like this. You have to dress like this. No. I'm gonna make sure I stay true to who I am because then that's when you start dealing with like identity issues and shit. So I don't.
Right.
No.
Well, thank you, Miss NuNu Jones, for an incredible interview. And honestly, wish you the best on upcoming shows. Definitely this Thursday. Definitely gotta share that as well. And May 7th, definitely would love to see how that goes for you as well. Definitely know you're gonna kill it as well. So thank you for coming out and kicking it with me.
Thank you for thinking about me. Thank you for reaching out. I've been seeing your things. I was like, when you gonna reach out to me? Because I got some motion going. I don't know why.
You know, I had to plan out meticulously. You know, I gotta move the pieces where I know they fit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had the lineup. You know, I had to get you right in there for the sweet spot. You know, because we about to get into the summertime. So I gotta let them know what's coming out for the summer right before the summertime happens.
I'm putting out a track for the ladies for the summer. So all y'all niggas better lock your girls up because she gonna want to be outside when she hear this song. Throw that ass.
Man.
Right?
Man.
It's about to be
Man. With that, man, we out of here. Good night, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Of course.